So today we are going to talk about AI. Rethink your business before you automate. So as you know, we are in a time of incredible technological acceleration, especially with AI. But here is what I'm seeing. Businesses rushing to implement tools before they understand what they are solving, right? So let me offer a shift in thinking. Before you plug into AI, you must plug into strategy. Because if you automate a broken business, you don't fix it, you just break it faster. So in today's topic, we are going to cover what is AI, why jumping into AI tools without a clear strategy is a costly mistake, and why now, and how to identify which part of your business model AI can actually improve. So everyone is talking about AI. You heard about machine learning, deep learning, but what are they? Everyone is confused, right? And you would have probably heard about generative AI, chatbots, deepfakes, LLM. So if we are not sure what it is, before we use any tools, we need to understand the layers of AI. Let me go through that with you. So what is AI? AI stands for artificial intelligence. I think everyone knows that. And the term artificial intelligence is the big umbrella. So it basically stands for some machines that are trying to mimic human intelligence. When we talk about human intelligence, that include ability to learn, to reason, and to infer. So it started in 1980s. And the goals that time was to replicate cognitive function. Inside that umbrella sits machine learning. And machine learning is about systems that learn from that data. And why do we need to learn from data? Because with that, machine learning can actually make predictions. So the machines can actually learn patterns and make prediction. So that would be great for forecasting trends and also detecting anomalies. And it is especially useful in cybersecurity. Now, let's go to another term, DL, deep learning. So, deep learning is a subset of machine learning using neural networks. So, it basically tries to simulate how the human brains work. So, that is deep DL. And now, come to the term called LLM in 2020. LLM are basically you probably would have seen tools like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an application of LLM, and they have the ability to generate content, right? So the content can be in the form of text, audio, chatbot, or visual. So that is LLM, and also the term generative AI, they are actually closely related. So what about agentic AI? Some of you could have heard about agentic AI, right? So in 2025, this term agentic AI is very popular. So agentic AI, while generative AI is a bit reactive, we need to write instruction to allow the machine to generate text, voice for us, right? But agentic AI can actually help to take action, and it can automate entire workflows. This is very amazing. It is like, from the 1980s, we have the calculator, and then 2010, we have the term called DL, which is like calculator becoming a digital assistant. And then in 2025, um, the calculator slowly evolved to a core worker that handle tasks. So I just want you to relate it to the evolution of a calculator to core worker today. Yeah, so that is how AI evolved as well. Now, in this chart, you will see various tools for work. So for example, chatbots and content generators, you can use tools such as ChatGPT, Bing, Jasper, Writer, Notion AI, and so on and so forth. And there are also AI tools that are very good in image and audio generation. For example, Midjourney, Adobe Firefly, Descript, Adobe Podcast, and so on. There are also tools for productivity add-ons. For example, Numerous for spreadsheets, Gamma and Tom for slide decks, Vowel and Fireflies for meeting notes, 11 Labs for synthetic voice. So these are some of the common AI tools you get to see in the market today. And every day you're bound to see new tools popping up. So the choice overload is real. There are hundreds of options in every category. Tools change every month. If you pick technology before you define your business trend, you will be chasing shiny objects forever. That is why we start with strategy. Tool selection is the last step, not the first. And besides those generative tools that I just spoke about, the core of AI is really the data. So if we have the data, some companies would choose to build their own enterprise analytics. So to build this kind of LLM of their own, they would need to invest in data warehouses, data visualization, uh, cloud automation, workflow automation, data engineering pipeline, and so on. And then they would probably also need a team of data scientists to help them setting up the technology behind the data analytics. For example, those skills for machine learning, deep learning, all this requires data science behind in order to develop something really powerful, just like those used by Amazon, Spotify, and so on. And how do we apply data analytics? Data analytics is really transforming industries today. It can be used in fraud detection in finance, disease health diagnosis in healthcare, retail demand forecasting, gaming propensity modeling, sentiment analysis, and also image and video analysis. So again, I want to highlight tools are not solutions. Without strategy, AI becomes hype. Because as you can see, each type of AI solves different problems. And we need strategies to clarify what problems are we solving? Where does AI fit in our business model? And which AI layer or tool matches our need? So these are the fundamental questions we need to ask ourselves before we embark into any automation. And AI is not a solution in search of a problem. So the first step is don't ask what can AI do. Ask what is the business problem we are solving. Strategy is about aligning solutions to real friction points, customer delays, operational inefficiencies, or lost sales. Technology without strategic clarity is equivalent to expensive noise. Now, let's look at what happened when you skip strategy. So this is WeWork. WeWork call itself a technology company and they spend millions on smart system. But the real problem is an unscalable leasing model and AI couldn't save it. So you see they spend heavily on tech, AI and smart building. But the problem is their business model is unscalable. So even if they spend heavily, the company did not do well. And this is Kodak. Kodak was a very famous company once upon a time, right? They were the first company that invented the digital camera. But then at the time, they did not scale it up with that new technology. They wanted to protect their old model of firm revenue instead of innovating. But however, their firm business slowly gone into nowhere and finally they are being sold off. So the lesson learned here is having technology isn't enough because the strategy and the timing also matter, right? Now let's look at Builder.ai. This is a new startup. It was once valued at 1.5 billion USD and the company was backed by Microsoft and Qatar's sovereign fund. However, this company filed for bankruptcy in 2025 due to fraud, inflated revenues, and misrepresentation. What happened was they marketed themselves as a AI-powered app development, but investigations revealed it was largely powered by 700 human engineers, not AI. So you see, transparency matters. If the technology isn't real, trust and the funding evaporates. Klarna is another example. It is a Swedish fintech company that replaced 700 support roles with AI-backed systems. But they have to rehire all the humans again. The reason is because of quality issues in customer experience handled by AI. So this demonstrates that AI-driven cost cut without oversight can really backfire. And not all roles are replaceable. Customer experience can't always be automated. Toastbox is a famous kopitiam or coffee shop chain in Singapore. And they are famous for their traditional coffee made by the locals. They are in one of the newest outlet. They actually deployed robot to make coffee, but it attracted a lot of people left bad comments in their social media platforms. So the story actually, what we can learn from here is basically that when we deploy robotic or AI solution, we also need to understand the perception of your customers, your consumers, and also your employees. So when things like that are not being ironed out, it may backfire as well. Technology evolves daily, but people, team, and systems move slower. So that's the reason why it creates a gap, and that is where transformation fails. So if your team isn't aligned, trained, or supported, even the best AI can sit idle. AI isn't intelligent by itself. It is not magic. It doesn't think. It doesn't understand context. It just mimics patterns it has seen. That is why human judgment and governance are more important than ever. AI must be guided, audited, and aligned to real goals. The best companies don't replace humans with AI. They combine AI speed and skill with human intuition and oversight. That is how you get innovation without losing soul. Not every business needs ChatGPT. Some need process improvement, others need predictive forecasting. So you must match the right tech to the right job, and the job must be clearly defined first. This is where strategy guides tool selections. Now, why AI and why now? So let me just show you some case study. Starbucks is a well-known coffee chain as well, and they have a very good loyalty program. So with rich data, they are able to use AI to really personalize the kind of coffee the consumers want. They even link those insights into their inventory management, and they are able to even customize coffee, the taste, the flavor based on weather as well. So with that, they are able to increase their revenue by 30%. So that is the power of AI. Even without opening stores, they can actually increase sales just by using data analytics. And this is another company called Rocky, and they came out with AI glasses, something like that. So once I put it on, if I'm a speaker, I can actually reference to the notes in appearing in front of me and speak out accordingly, and that make me like a great speaker, right? So Rocky's glasses also help blind people to move around as if they can actually see things. But Rocky glasses is able to turn the image in front at the front into voice for the blind people and guide them accordingly. So that is the wonder of AI. And dark factory is also getting popular in China and other parts of the world. So basically, it is about factory that is operating in total darkness. The reason is because they don't they have a pool of robots to do the repetitive task for them without lights. The robot is just they just need they can actually operate without lights. So that is how the word dark factory come about. AI is changing the world. Every industry is shifting. So in every opportunity, there is some kind of danger as well, right? So you can see from the screen here, the Chinese words called 危机 actually stand for the words called the words representing danger and opportunity. So AI is here. It can replace somebody's job. It can actually make certain businesses to disappear over time, right? So that is the danger part of it. But if we take AI, if we understand what AI is and use it to improve our productivity, use it to enhance our business model innovation. So businesses, as in we all would have the first mover advantage to reposition ourselves, gain more competitive advantage, and potentially we can become the market leader. So there is a danger and also opportunity when it comes to AI. So my question to you is, do you want to be disrupted or be a disruptor? And AI is not a hype, it is already here. Now is the best time to ride on the opportunity. AI is rewriting the rules. It is not just what you do, but who act first and when. Those who harness AI early can really gain superhuman advantage and outpace or replace those who don't. So now let's talk about how to identify areas where AI can help. So as you can see from the graph, there is a AI gold rush. So AI market size is it will be growing tremendously in the next few years. But the thing is, businesses are rushing to adopt AI, but many lack of direction. So what many are doing, the common mistake, the common mistake when adopting AIs are many businesses go ahead to buy tools without clarity and ended up they try to automate their business processes, but it create more problems for them. And then with all this misplan, with all this, it will help, it will cause them failing to align AI with their goals. And the smart businesses, what will they do? They will always start with strategy, redesign their models, and build AI with intention. Your business is a system, and AI should be applied to areas where it creates measurable value, such as operation, HR, marketing, and finance. And in terms of business model innovation, we can look at how it can actually help businesses to enhance their revenue and also how to cut costs. And to some extent, sometimes we want the with the better business automation, besides cutting costs, it will also help us with speed, faster decision making, and reporting. And there's also another area with data and AI, it will actually help us to personalize our services with our customers so much better. And it help us to forecast and make the prediction so much better. So if we can identify all these opportunity, it will help us to gain a much more better competitive advantage. So before applying AI, always reimagine how your business can create, delivers, and capture values. So this we are going to talk about it further in our next few classes when we talk about business model innovation. I think I have highlighted enough. Don't automate a directionless journey, just like this car, because you may just clash faster. And always start small. Start with low risk, high clarity pilots. And you should also set up AI governance. Who oversees the model? And how do we treat data privacy? And what is the feedback loops? You cannot, when we first starting out any AI projects, we really need to keep close to the feedback given to us. And then from there, we make improvement until it is perfect. You must also take note of cultures as well. Are your people ready to use AI confidently? And also your customers and clients, do they take AI positively? So you probably also need to cater for your marketing campaign, catering to such positioning as well. Let's not wait. I think we really need to shift now. Customer expect personalization. Competitors are automating. AI tools are affordable and powerful, and early adopters are gaining market share. AI-powered businesses also attract investors and increase IPO potential. If you wait 1 year, your competitors might already be 10 steps ahead. That's all for my sharing today, and I hope to see you next round. Bye.